Robert Caro's The Power Broker, 1974, is a Pulitzer Prize-winning biography of Robert Moses, the unelected official who shaped New York City and its suburbs for nearly half a century. Moses wielded unprecedented power, building highways, bridges, parks, and public housing while displacing communities, reinforcing racial segregation, and contributing to urban decay. Caro's work is both a gripping narrative of political power and a cautionary tale about unchecked authority in a democracy. Part 1. The Rise of Robert Moses' Early Life and Education, 1888 to 1919. Born in 1888 to a wealthy German Jewish family in New Haven, Connecticut. Attended Yale, Oxford, as a Rhodes Scholar, and Columbia, Ph. in political science. Idealistic young reformer, influenced by progressive-era ideals, wrote a thesis on civil service reform, advocating for expertise over political patronage. Entry into New York politics, 1919 to 1924, joined New York City's Bureau of Municipal Research, aiming to improve government efficiency. Worked for Governor Ole Smith, drafting legislation to reorganize state government. Proposed a centralized parks system, leading to his first major role in public service. The birth of the Long Island State Park Commission, 1924 to 1934, Moses envisioned a network of parks and parkways on Long Island, but wealthy landowners resisted. Used legal loopholes and legislative manipulation to seize land via eminent domain. Built Jones Beach State Park, a masterpiece of public design, and the Southern State Parkway. Developed a reputation for getting things done, bypassing political opposition. Consolidating power, 1934 to 1945. Appointed NYC Parks Commissioner by Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia. Simultaneously held multiple state and city roles. Unprecedented accumulation of power. Used federal New Deal funds, from the WPA, to expand his projects. Created Triborough Bridge Authority, later Triborough Bridge and Tunnel Authority, or TBTA, a quasi-independent agency that controlled toll revenues, making him financially untouchable. Part 2. The Mechanics of Power. The TBTA. A government unto itself, the TBTA collected millions in tolls, allowing Moses to fund projects without legislative approval. Used bond financing to ensure perpetual revenue, making him immune to budget cuts. Controlled construction contracts, rewarding loyalists and punishing opponents. Political manipulation. Moses mastered the art of manipulating politicians, the press, and public opinion. Used threats, withholding projects from uncooperative legislators. Played city vs. state against each other to maintain autonomy. Controlled media narratives, presenting himself as a selfless public servant. The master builder's methods. Ruthless efficiency. Projects were completed quickly, but with little oversight. Disregard for communities. Bulldozed neighborhoods, often poor and minority, with little compensation. Prioritized cars over people. Designed highways that cut through vibrant neighborhoods. Cross Bronx Expressway. Part 3. The Consequences of Power. Urban renewal or urban destruction. Moses' public housing projects were often poorly maintained, leading to slum conditions. Highways decimated neighborhoods. The Bronx's East Tremorne favored middle-class motorists over public transit, contributing to subway decline. Racial and economic segregation. Designed parkways with low bridges to prevent buses, used by minorities, from accessing beaches. Public housing reinforced racial segregation by concentrating poverty. Blocked efforts to integrate neighborhoods. The downfall of Moses, 1950s and 1968, failed projects. The proposed Brooklyn Battery Bridge, blocked by historic preservationists. The Lower Manhattan Expressway, opposed by Jane Jacobs and activists. Loss of political support. Nelson Rockefeller, NY governor, stripped Moses of key roles. Media turned against him, exposing his autocratic methods. Legacy of decline. By the 1960s, NYC faced fiscal crises, crumbling infrastructure, and social unrest, partly due to Moses' neglect of maintenance and community needs. Part 4. The Legacy of Robert Moses. Achievements vs. Costs. Pros. Built infrastructure that modernized NYC. Bridges, parks, highways. Provided jobs during the Great Depression. visionary in scale and ambition. Cons: displaced over 500,000 people, accelerated suburban sprawl and urban decay, undermined democratic accountability. Caro's critique: power corrupts. Mosers started as an idealist but became tyrannical, demonstrates how unchecked power, even in a democracy, can lead to destruction. A warning about the dangers of centralized authority. Lessons for urban planning. Jane Jacobs' alternative vision: community-focused, pedestrian-friendly cities. Modern urbanists critique Mosers' car-centric approach. Debate continues over top-down vs. grassroots planning. Conclusion: the fall of New York. Robert Mosers reshaped New York but left behind a divided, congested, and unequal city. His story is a testament to how power, even when wielded for public good, can become destructive when left unchecked. Caro's biography remains essential reading for understanding urban politics, governance, and the perils of autocratic leadership in a democratic society.